of others as well as yourself. And this world is built on the philosophy of get. Everyone wants to get for himself. And that's what's causing all of the troubles in the world. And you know, that makes sense to heads of state. They're practical men. They say these things about them all the time. And they begin to listen when I talk about those things. Do I talk about the kingdom of God? Yes, I do. And God is going to intervene. And sometimes I tell them that straight out. So many of them get the message, and they do understand.
After many hours of flying, the pilots prepared to land in Beijing, capital of the People's Republic of China.
Beijing Tower, November 111, Alpha Charlie for landing Beijing.
November 111, Alpha Charlie. You are clear to land runway 36. Surface wind is 350 at 10.
Roger, clear to land 11 Alpha Charlie.
Mr. Armstrong was met by an official delegation from the Soon Ching Ling Foundation and the Chinese People's Association for Friendship with Foreign Countries. Later that day, at a reception, Mr. Armstrong was welcomed by Madam COG-PKG, who is considered to be China's First Lady. A key event in Mr. Armstrong's 6-day visit was a meeting with China's most prominent leader, Deng Xiaoping, in the Great Hall of the People. China is undertaking a sweeping modernization program. Great progress has been made in this huge country in the last 35 years, but China still has a long way to go in achieving success and prosperity for her vast population. Deng Xiaoping has been frank in admitting that mistakes have been made, and under his leadership, China is making important changes as they prepare for the last decade of the 20th century and beyond. Mr. Armstrong was also frank in telling his Chinese hosts the root cause of humanity's problems and the ultimate change in direction that must be made before any nation can have lasting peace.
I would just like to say that we're living in a world of contrasts, a world of awesome progress, advancement in technology, in engineering, in production of every kind, and yet at the same time, a world that is filled with evils, and the evils are multiplying more rapidly than the progress. Why do we live in such a world? Why cannot we solve all of the problems? Why cannot we have world peace? I can answer in just 2 words: human nature.
我的回答就是2个字，这就是人性。
Human nature always seeks to get and to take, but has no concern for the good of others. If we're going to have real world peace, we will have to overcome that tendency of human nature.
An important contribution towards peace is to teach tomorrow's leaders the way of cooperation and service. China has hundreds of millions of children. As chairman of the Ambassador Foundation, Mr. Armstrong has established a working relationship with Chinese organizations dedicated to serving youth. Several months before Mr. Armstrong's visit to China, the Ambassador Foundation sponsored children from the Children's Palace in Shanghai on a tour of several American cities. They had stayed on the Ambassador campus and visited with Mr. Armstrong at his home. During his trip to China, Mr. Armstrong visited the Shanghai Children's Palace, where talented children are taught a variety of cultural skills. The reunion with his Chinese grandchildren was a highlight of a busy week. At a banquet in Shanghai's Jinjiang Club, Mr. Armstrong delivered a parting address.
The world is now threatened with nuclear war, and all of the experts admit that if a nuclear war starts, it can never be stopped.
现在世界上面临着核战争的威胁，专家们都认为，一旦核战争爆发了，就无法停止这样的战争的。
And if a nuclear war is not stopped, it would erase all human beings off this earth. An important business magazine in the United States carried an editorial which said it would seem that the only hope of humanity now lies in the sudden appearance and intervention of a strong hand from someplace. The editor who wrote that was referring to the Creator God who created all mankind. And I tell you tonight, by his authority, that he will intervene and will save humanity, and we will have world peace.
我今天晚上想告诉你们，只有上帝的权威才能加以干预，才能给世界带来和平。
But when the great Creator does intervene and rule all nations on the earth, he is going to begin teaching us peace by working with the little children.
After leaving China, Mr. Armstrong and his party traveled on to several other Asian countries. He was also invited to visit the leaders of the beautiful but troubled island of Sri Lanka, located in the Indian Ocean off the southern tip of India. Sri Lanka should be a blessed land. With its small population and abundant resources, the nation has been able to avoid some of the problems